Good evening. I'm Kristen Witt, and I am a proud Riverside team member, and it is my privilege to be a part of the Riverside Foundation team. Welcome to our annual Tree of Lights event. Not in person again this year. We have to be safe, but this year is dedicated to making spirits bright, and we can do that right from the comfort of your own home. We're so glad you joined us. This is a really special evening. It's an evening to thank you for your support, but it's an evening to celebrate the resiliency of our team members right here at home at Walter Reed. They have seen incredible challenges over the past few years now. This pandemic has gone on longer than anyone could have ever expected. But the world is finally realizing what you and I and so many others at Riverside have known all along, that they are real life heroes, and they are still working day in and day out for you. This night is to send them some love and to celebrate your generosity and to come together. As always, you have a delicious dinner from Scoots and Olivia's, so we hope you're digging into that right now. But tonight, again, is about making spirits a little bit brighter for our team members. We hope you'll leave a comment for them in the Facebook section of this. You also have a note that was included in your invitation. Fill that out and send it back to us. We'll share those comments with them and make their spirits bright.
Well, the team at Walter Reed, like across Riverside, has had many challenges, and moving into new space, and then almost on top of that, immediately facing the pandemic. They have continued to do great work and have continued to really expand their offerings in meeting the needs of the Middle Peninsula.
Well, I would say almost now approaching 20 plus months into it, I think that the system is holding up well, but it's very stressed. We've seen now this is at least the third surge of patients, and the staff certainly is very stretched, but we're still there for people, and we plan to be there for people over the long term, regardless of how long it takes to get through this. So stressed, certainly, but still there, and will be there into the future to see this whole thing through.
When you ask the question, how is the team responding to the COVID response? The first thought that comes to mind is, I think our response is 18 months long. And in the beginning, there's adrenaline, there's energy, we're ready. We are the team. And after 18 months, you now have people who are weary. But there's also, I think, the more challenging thing is that we're dealing with the consequences of COVID that we didn't know 18 months ago. So 18 months ago, we didn't know how to deal with COVID. Now we are really good, and Dr. Schursky can speak to the expertise of the clinicians caring for our folks with COVID. But it's all the other problems. Right? It's the supply chain issues, whether it's the fact that our construction project has taken a little longer as we wait for certain materials to come in, or whether it's needles and syringes and other pieces of supplies that we don't have because there aren't drivers to be able to deliver it. A number of some of our positions, whether it's phlebotomy, culinary team, our housekeeping team, every department has been impacted by a workforce shortage. And so you have folks who are remaining, linking arms, working hard, just as committed, but wow, weary to try to respond to things we never knew, right? We thought it was all medical a year and a half ago, and now it's all these other problems that we manage. Again, still very humbled, right? When I make rounds, and I make it a point to go into every department, and seek out some of the providers who are firsthand in the intensive care unit. I feel like I just have to stand present to them and thank them for really doing God's work, right? To be present to these families, to be present to each other, and to continue to provide excellent care despite how weary and despite how it feels like it's not ending. What would you say, Mel?
The providers and the staff, all through the hospital have been impacted by every aspect of COVID. And I continue to be amazed at how they somehow still come to work with a smile on their face, working as hard as they can, picking up extra shifts when they don't have to. And kind of dealing with a daily stream of changes that come the way based on a lot of things that Esther had mentioned, such as shortages or short staff, shortages in supplies, but also shortages in the staff. And also a lot of the different treatment changes or regulations that come out from the state and from the health system. And they constantly have to navigate those changes. So it really takes certain types of people to really withstand a lot of these, the stresses of the healthcare system right now. And they've been absolutely wonderful.
The word resilience has taken on such meaning, huh?
Very much so.
As always, Esther Desimini, our hospital president, and Dr. Mel Schursky, our chief medical officer, are right. The resilience our team members have shown is quite humbling. The best thing we can do is show them the depths of our gratitude and thanks for what they are doing every single day on the front lines. This annual event is so important, raising dollars for Riverside Walter Reed. Gifting to a hospital, to your health system, is about closing the gap for patients who need it and from going from good to great. Our patients, our communities deserve the best. That's what this annual event does. It provides those funds so we can go from good to great. Tree of Lights is a cherished annual event, and we hope to be together on the farm next year. But whether we are together or here in front of the camera, these dollars raised through this event will make a difference. Thank you, as always, to Spain Commercial. Steve Spain and family, you are simply amazing. And thank you to the bars. Karen and Steve, we hope we are right back there next year under the tent on the farm. It's always a great time. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to you. Thanks for tuning in tonight and for making this year and every year a success. Thank you to our dedicated doctors, nurses, and team members at Riverside Walter Reed. You all do amazing things every day. It is the team that makes the difference, and we're really glad to have you in our community. Until we meet again in 2022, hopefully in person, thanks for joining us and for your support, again, as always, for this 2021 Tree of Lights.